You men should be on this side, going throughout Africa, teaching that we are the real Jews. The Yabruni is not the real Jew. How is the Yabruni the real Jew? But in Israel, he can't take the sun. He dies all day long from cancer. Where's that book? Where's that book? Where's that book?
Mama. No, the blasphemy of them. We say they are Jews.
What does Christ call the white man?
The synagogue of Satan.
Christ said the white man in his household is nothing more than the synagogue, the church house of Satan. Right. Because all they do is lie. It says that your head, your ruler is Christ. For you men, listen close.
And the head of the woman,
and the head of you women
is the man.
The woman is over the man.
The head of the woman is the man.
The head of all you sisters is your husband. Read on.
And the head of Christ,
and the head of our God, Christ,
is God,
is the Father. Right. So there's an order. God is not about confusion. Now today, the Yabruni, the white man, tells you, hey sister, you don't need a husband. I'll be your husband. I'll bring you food. I'll take the laws up specifically for you. The man, get that nigga out the house. He doesn't need to be in your house. I'll take care of you. But God says, no, you men must rule your houses. You men are the heads, and you are tasked with teaching these sisters. You understand that? They should not be in the church running them out. They should be in submission. All right? I just want you brothers to understand that. Yes.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. But if any man provide not for his own.
Wait a minute. What does that word provide mean? Who knows what it means to provide? Help me, brothers. I don't bite. I'm not your enemy. What does it mean to provide? Huh? You see that? To make sure you're taking care of your family, getting ready for your family, feeding your family, making sure your wife and children have clothes, they have a roof over their head. Okay, the sisters shouldn't be worried about none of that. Yes. All right, go ahead.
But if any man provide not for his own.
But if your man does not provide for his wife or children, go ahead.
Especially of those of his own house.
His babies, little ones.
He had denied the faith.
He does not believe in Christ, because Christ is the faith. Brothers will say, yeah, I believe in Christ, but don't take care of their wives or children. Right. It's wrong. Go ahead.
And is worse than an infidel.
And Christ said a man like that, a sorry, lazy man, is worse than an infidel. Right. Christ said it's better that you had not been born. You don't want to take care of your babies, your wife? You're not a man. That's what Christ says. So we as men, as God's back with as the Israelites, must take care of our households, must teach our people, must come to the highways and hedges. You men should be on this side, going throughout Africa, teaching that we are the real Jews. The Yabruni is not the real Jew. How is the Yabruni the real Jew? But in Israel, he can't take the sun. He dies all day long from cancer. But we can take the sun. Right. When you guys go to Israel, it's hot as hell. But the white man dies every day because of cancer. But we can. So going back to prove that, hey, Revelations 2:9. Because they call themselves Jews. You know the guys with the little stuff on their head? The fake Jews? Their real biblical name is Amalek. That's their biblical name. So let's see what God says about Amalek. Read.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
So Christ says, I know the works that you go through. I know how you guys have been persecuted for this truth. I know that you've been out there telling people that you are the Jews. He said, Christ says, I know your poverty. I see how my people are living. Read.
But thou art rich.
Christ says, we are all rich. We are all rich. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven is promised to you all. Read.
And I know the blasphemy.
Who can help me out? What does that word blasphemy mean? Blasphemy. Blasphemy. Lies. Lies. Where's that book? Where's that book? Where's that book?
Mama.
Blasphemy. 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 Lies. 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 Read. Read.
And I know the blasphemy.
Blasphemy
of them. We say they are Jews.
Who today in the world says that they are Jews? Do they not inhabit Ian Bouquet? Are they not in Israel? Huh? They say we are the Jews. I am Yahudi. I am the Jew. No, you're not. Right. Read.
And Satan.
What does Christ call the white man?
The synagogue of Satan.
Christ said the white man in his household is nothing more than the synagogue, the church house of Satan. Right. Because all they do is lie. They lied and said that they were you. Meanwhile, looking at the Jews, God said, I can't stand the white man.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.